Yo, what's going on, chat? Welcome on into another Friday live stream. Our second installment of the Hibernian career mode. Should be finishing up this third season of the Journeyman. And yeah, it should be a good time. Accepting a new job offer depending what offers come in. Hope y'all are doing well as people start to roll into the stream. But this is a look at the squad as we enter the January transfer window. I think there are a few areas we could improve the team. What's going on, Tryhard? Yeah, your first one in here. Congrats. How's everyone else doing? Angry World coming on in early. Nice. I was checking out some of your My Player stuff for this year. Looks good so far. I've actually been, I don't know, I've been thinking about like if I want to feature more My Player content on the channel. I don't know if it's just because like Newcastle hasn't exactly gone to plan, but yeah, I think it's also the lack of updates to traditional manager career mode saves that's kind of inclined me to try out My Player stuff a bit more. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel for that. But of course, we got the Newcastle career mode to finish up. And the topic for today, the Hibs career mode. But anyways, as far as transfers go, I think center back would be a good area for us to upgrade. I know Hanlon's our captain right now, but you know, 69 overall, him and McGinn are really the only players left in the 60s outside of these guys. But yeah, McGinn's staying in the starting 11 for sure. So he's not going to be transfer listed. I think we generate some funds, maybe transfer listing this other right back because he is higher rated than McGinn. And I was actually looking through some potential transfer targets. And Ethan Empadu back at Chelsea. And I mean, for a valuation of 6.4 to 7.2, I think this is a good signing. You know, I don't think it's a biased opinion. It would be an upgrade for us and a pretty realistic transfer as well. Will I ever bring a modded FIFA career mode? I've done it before on the channel. Back in FIFA... With FIFA 20? With Kaiserslautern? Yeah, FIFA 20 with Kaiserslautern. Had icons in the game. What's going on, David? So yeah, I think we try to generate some funds that way. 2.9 right now, $1 million to work with. We sell one or two players, we should have the funds for Empadu. Let's just sort by player value. Nisbet up to a 75, that's good. But yeah, I mean, this guy's like one of our better players in the team, actually. So Chris Caden will be added to the transfer list. Should be able to get 2 mil for him, unless someone pays his release clause. And then outside of that, maybe like this backup center defensive mid. I think that's a start. Jason Kerr at center back. Let's see. Over at Wigan Athletics, Scottish center back, 25 years old. What's his overall looking like to start off with? Because if we're 3 seasons in, assuming he's got a potential upgrade, he'll probably be like, I don't know, 3 or 4 ratings higher than whatever he starts at. But yeah, I think those are both 2 pretty good signings. Also, we got a scouting network that we need to set up here with our youth staff. So I think we'll do one in Scotland and then one in another country. But we're going to be going pretty quickly. I'm curious how the Scottish leagues work. As far as like how the league finishes. Because I remember when we joined, they split up into 2 different leagues, right? Wonder if that's happened already. Because we're sitting 3rd in the table right now. We are still in the Scottish Cup. So yeah, I mean, things are going pretty decent for us. If we can get a win against Celtic as well on the 1st of January. Starts at a 68, potential 75. Okay, so yeah, that's a decent overall. We don't need to bring in a player on the first day of the January transfer window. Lewis Binks. Okay, let me get some of these players in the short list. Lloyd Kelly over at Harrogate Town. Oh, this is a different guy. This is Lloyd Carey. I was going to say, that's an interesting transfer suggestion. Here we go. Okay, at Bournemouth, left-footed as well. That'd be a good addition. Ooh, English player. Does he start at Cagliari or Bologna to begin with? I'm seeing more and more English players playing abroad. I mean, Tomori over at AC Milan now these days. Foster, we balling? Yeah, I was balling a little bit of Vanguard this morning. Anyone else play Call of Duty Vanguard on release? I'm liking it so far, but I think it's just like, I mean, release day bias where everyone starts with low overall, so no one's found like the meta loadouts. Okay, he plays their IRL. Interesting. But yeah, no one's found like the super meta loadouts. Everyone's kind of on an equal playing field. Yeah, I think we got a pretty good transfer shortlist now. Some quality center backs that we can potentially bring in. All pretty much lower 20s for their age. But I think we'll set up this scouting network. We'll do an interactive match sim against Celtic. And then, yeah, we'll feature a little bit of Celtic gameplay, probably Rangers, and then how things go in the table. We'll decide the rest. I was just playing a couple of games by myself, Foster. I think Jordan was playing with some of his other party friends, which is understandable. What are you guys saying for the second scouting update? Should we do England? Should we do... What are some other common nationalities here? We could do Wales. That could be interesting. Maybe Ireland. I think somewhere here in like Northern Europe would be good. What's going on, dude? Welcome everyone that's just joined on into the stream. We're just getting started. Kind of doing the routine stuff you do at the beginning of a transfer window, setting up new scouting updates, scouting out a couple of players, and maybe making some signings. I'll get those players added here in a second, Faiza. We got England, we got Ireland. I'm kind of feeling Republic of Ireland here. Maybe physically strong. What are some other good shouts? We've found some good goalkeepers from Ireland in the past. Defensive minded could be decent, but I think, yeah, physically strong brings a pretty good variety of players. If we have extra funds left over, I'll go ahead and add another youth scout, but yeah. Let me add those last players into the transfer shortlist. Oh, Hibbs is related, known for being related to Ireland. Okay, good to know. Yeah, still learning my kind of Hibbs background history. I was doing a little bit of research, and yeah, I think we're doing an all right job of reflecting realism so far in the save. Let's see, Hendry and Hyam. Hopefully it's Callum Hendry because we're looking for a center back. Okay, Scottish player at Club Bruges. And Dominic Hyam. Coventry City. Nice. Is it official now, John? I know it was rumored Xavi would be announced today, but yeah. I can guarantee you guys, you're going to see there's been so many Barcelona rebuilds in FIFA 22, but I can guarantee you guys you'll see one probably in your sub boxes this weekend. Not for me per se, but from someone in the FIFA YouTube scene. It's just a hot topic, man. You got a big club like Barcelona. Anytime I've done like a Barcelona stream, it's just like viewership is pretty up there with like the rest of the streams. So it's a very popular career mode, understandably. I should probably do a better job of like doing content around hot topics like that. So I don't know if you guys would ever be interested in a Xavi career mode. How would you go about doing that? Obviously getting players that can, you know, play a possession style, maybe featuring players like Ricky Puig, I never get his name right, who never really played under Koeman that much. What do you guys think? Should we do a Barcelona rebuild? I've got another one in the works, but I could like scrap that for now. What I've kind of been noticing so far, it's like, I still want to do the, you know, the traditional career mode saves, like kind of what we're doing with Newcastle. But what I've kind of come to understand is like, as far as like helping the channel grow, the rebuilds and like just spicing up the content with like, you know, kind of one-off videos, a variety of different things. That's really what helps the channel grow. So I want to do more of that. The Palermo one went down pretty well. You guys seem to enjoy it. And that's kind of the thing about YouTube. You want to make content that's like, you know, bringing in views over the course of the year, not just the first few days, kind of what happens with Newcastle. You guys want to see it? How would we go about doing it then? Maybe we do that a little bit on stream today, plan it out. I need to go ahead and watch that that Xavi Tactics video that he made, or was interviewed for not too long ago. But anyways, we'll get into this interactive match then. Hopefully pick up a dub against Celtic. We're in the running for the league. I mean, I think we're 5 points behind Celtic. Yeah, I'll have a look through that video, Foster. If I did one of those Xavi realistic rebuilds, like, honestly, I don't think you would have to do that many seasons with Barcelona, even if, you know, their current league standing's not great. The goal obviously would be winning La Liga and Champions League. Probably just going for the treble with Copa del Rey as well. I think that would be like a 3 or 4 season rebuild, tops. If I can find a way to do realistic rebuilds every week, I would 100% be down. I either need to change like my workflow for that or bring on some extra help because they just take a long time. Hey, I appreciate it, Gary. Glad to hear you made it to one of these live streams. Yeah, I try to keep them unlisted on the channel. There's like a playlist for live streams. But yeah, it's a vibe, you know, just pretty much chilling out on Fridays. Mostly doing this Journeyman stuff, but I'm down to do some other stuff for live streams. A live realistic rebuild could be pretty fun, so you guys could see kind of my, I guess, research process and like what goes into the planning for those realistic rebuilds. Because a lot of it's just like, you know, I kind of take it season by season. I have a plan for each year, but it's a lot of like researching the club, finding some top foreign countries, transfer record signings, things like that, former players. That's like, I would say 75% of the realistic rebuilds, not even playing the game. It's just doing the research. That's what it takes a bit longer to do. He plays the 3-4-3. If Ole got sacked, who would take over? Well, now that Conte is over at Spurs, who knows? Is it official for, I also saw on Twitter yesterday, Newcastle appointed, gosh, what's his name? Eddie Howe, former Bournemouth boss. I think that's a good signing, honestly. I was a big fan of him for his time at Bournemouth. Obviously, I mean, I don't know if he got sacked per se, but he left under not the best circumstances, but you need to remember like more of so what he was able to do for Bournemouth in like the 5 years leading up to when he left. They were always overperforming. So he was like honestly in the running for, I think, the England manager job as well. He was pretty much the best young English manager at the time in like, you know, 2015, 2016, 2017, around then. I think we're pretty good for our lineup. 0-0 at the break. We have 2 shots. Celtic has none. But yeah, I think that's a really interesting appointment for Newcastle. I think that's the right fit. Do I think goalkeepers are better in FIFA 22? I think red card, excuse me. Yeah, I think the general consensus is that they are better. I'm noticing more and more red cards lately. Have I ever done a Malaga rebuild? No, I have not. They have been suggested a lot in the comments section, so I think a Malaga rebuild is on the cards this FIFA. I want to do some more content around Copa Libertadores. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Basically South America, because there's some new licenses there. So I think like a Boca Juniors rebuild would be pretty fun. I think they've still got Carlos Tevez, who has always been one of my favorite strikers in FIFA. He's just such a fun player to use. Best team to rebuild right now? Oof. Kind of depends what you're looking for. There's some good storylines over in Germany. We go 1-0 down in the 69th minute. That red card really costing us. I'll probably just jump to result if I'm being honest. Ends 2-1. We were able to get one back, but that was kind of expected. But yeah, honestly, I want to do some more content around the Scotch leagues. I wasn't expecting it, but I like tagged Hibbs' official Twitter account when I was like announcing the stream last week, and there was a lot of support for it. So clearly the interest is there. Plus, like, you know, I haven't really like explored the Scotch League too much. I think there's definitely some good storylines, you know. Celtic and Rangers previously being in European competitions. I mean, they still are, but they haven't really reached like the upper echelons of Champions League, kind of like they used to. Let's see what kind of transfer offers are coming in. 1.95 for Chris Caden. That's a decent offer. Hopefully we would get that 2.2, which is the upper valuation. No way I'm getting Nisbet out of the club, even though Angers, it'd be an interesting transfer. Mackay's starting left mid. Probably want to keep him. Doig's our starting left back. And again, good offers, but let's go and reject these. And see if they're willing to offer 2.2. I mean, if we want to go like under the most realistic circumstances, we would wait for like a Premier League or Championship club. Something like that. What's going on, Alex? Let's see if they accept the 2.2, and they're stuck at 1.9. I say 2 mil plus. We'll walk away with it. There you go. Yeah, Seth, but there's a playlist on the channel. Just go to the channel page, and then you can find a FIFA 22 live stream playlist. I keep them all unlisted so they don't get in the way of like the other video content, like the Newcastle career mode, player mode rebuild, things like that. All right, first round of the Scotch Cup, right around the corner. This is actually a big offer. I don't think this guy's starting for us. I think we probably let him leave as well. 1.3. That would put us pretty close to 6 if we reallocate the wages. Yeah, I think we probably let that guy leave. I mean, 67 overall. We've got a 62 overall center mid in the reserves. I'm fine with that. Especially if it's a realistic transfer. I think Göztepe, they have to be Swedish, no? Maybe Turkish? Anytime I see the umlaut, man, you know it's got to be like Germany's or one of the Nordic countries, things like that. They're from Turkey, actually. Yeah. That was my second guess. So maybe not the most realistic, but still a good offer. Let's see if we can get 1.5. Yeah, I've got plans for a player crew mode celebrities. Actually working on a concept right now. It's figuring out how to structure the videos though. Like, what would you guys want to see for a player crew mode? I don't want to do like the daily episodes that some content creators do. It's not my, you know, my preferred way to make videos. It's because it puts too much pressure on me, like to upload a new video every single day. I much prefer, you know, spacing out the content a little bit. So what do you think would be an ideal amount to show for a My Player video? Would it be like a couple months, half a season like we do for the Newcastle career mode? Would it be like a whole season in an episode? What do you guys want to see? We're sticking to 1.3, that's fine. One season per episode? Fair enough. All right, let's see if we can pull off that either Empadu transfer or one of these other center backs. We still have to finish scouting, apparently. 1 day remaining. Nice. Ooh, Magennis offer. Interesting. All right. Wow, these guys are all like the same rating. You guys did a good job with the suggestions. I don't know if that was coincidentally or on purpose, but everyone's 72 or 73 overall. Let's sort by rating then. I mean, these are all like essentially the same kind of players. 6.5, 7.5, 3.6. That's a bargain, honestly, for Hendry. 6, 3.3, 2.9. So the slightly older players are going to be lower on the transfer value. I don't think it'll matter too much in this save. So what are you guys saying? Who would you want to see? I think Empadu was my first player that I was really interested in. In fact, he's got a real face scan in game. Kind of gives him a little bit of an advantage, but a left-footed center back would be nice. Looks like we have 2 lefties with Jason Kara and Binks. Let's see how these stats are looking. Yo, his stats are nuts. Lloyd Kelly, 72 acceleration, 82 sprint speed. Yeah, surely he can play as a fullback as one of his secondary positions. He's one of those players that are going to play really well in game. Does he have high defensive work rates? No, he doesn't. Okay. If he had high defensive, he would just be OP because you could put him on the stopper or sweeper dev plan. I mean, you still could. It would just change his work rates. Jason Kara also pretty quick. And same thing with Jack Henry. Tough call, tough call. I think we do a poll. I think Binks is in the running, Empadu's in the running. Kelly's in the running. Let's see how many options I can put here. What's going on, Maxwell? We're just trying to sign a center back here for the Hibs career mode. And Shad's done a good job giving like pretty much the same overall rate of players, which is surprising to see. Usually you're seeing like, I don't know, super unrealistic transfers, right? But shout out to you guys. I like all the shortlisted players. All right. Dude, I love the fact that there's YouTube live polls now. It's a feature I was missing so much back in like 2016, 2017 when you could put polls and videos. That was goated. They have to do like straw polls or rely on the comment section, but at least we can do it for chat. What's going on, Baller? Good to see you in here as well. We're just figuring out our first transfer of the live stream. I think I could do like 4. Yeah, 4 options. Man. Okay, so we're going to do Binks, Empadu, Kelly. Who should this 4th player be? Who should this 4th player be? I'm sorry to Dominic Hyam, but your pace is not good enough. Hendry, both Scottish center backs, both mid-20s. Pretty much the same for their rating. Let's get the Wigan guy in here. All right, I'm going to make the poll live. Go ahead and vote for your preferred center back. I'll cover their stats here. I think these guys are all pretty quick. Outside of Binks. But I'll let you guys decide. I think I have my personal preference for which player. Maxwell, how am I liking the game this year? Honestly, it kind of feels like FIFA 21 as far as the manager mode goes, which I'm pretty torn about. Like, I loved gameplay at the start, but ever since EA released like the last few patches, dude, it's not a fan. On legendary difficulty, they just play like prime Barcelona. I'm trying to hold judgment against the game because I realize, like, you know, there's still going to be updates and they still need to fix some of the bug things, but it's going to happen at the beginning of any FIFA. There's still going to be bugs in the game. So yeah, we'll see how things go in the long run. If they can fix the bugs in the game, like Youth Academy players not having a kit number or even like a shirt name on the back, that'd be nice. There's just a lot of bugs right now. But My Player is a really cool feature. I think they kind of knocked that out of the park this year. So it's something I want to focus a little bit more on content-wise. You know, kind of create some My Player stories rather than just exclusively club storylines. Yeah, the patches really killed it for me. The game's still fun enough. Like, I still think we're in that honeymoon cycle or honeymoon period for the for a new FIFA dropping, but yeah, we'll see. The game's aight. It just feels like FIFA 21, and I want to see some more changes. Anyways, Kelly seems to be the top pick from you guys with 35% of the poll. Empadu shortly behind. I'll give it another like 30 seconds. It's between Kelly and Empadu, so let's go ahead and remove these other players from the short list and cover these stats in detail. Kelly's got the pace advantage. I think Empadu, the selling point for him is he's got the real face scan in game, even if his haircut needs to be updated. Yeah, England versus Wales here. Very similar center backs. Kelly is also left-footed, which would be nice. Empadu has taken the lead. Oh, Kelly's back in the lead. It's 50-50. FUT is done. Is San Marino in the game, or are you gonna do like PC mods? Yeah, that's impressive. I saw you tweeting about it the other day on Twitter, how the San Marino episode. I mean, that's the goal for any YouTuber, right? You want content that like passively continues to get views. So anytime San Marino plays, it's one of those niche content things that work. Empathy wouldn't go to Hibs. Why not? I kind of agree with you. He would probably move to a top 5 league. All right, Empadu, looks like you're going to win the poll. I'll give it like another 15 seconds. So if you haven't voted, go ahead and vote in the poll. Empadu is unrealistic. Would Kelly be super realistic? I guess like championship to Scotland would be a little bit more realistic. I like the fact he's left-footed as well. Okay, so it's going to be PC mods. I gotcha. Chelsea is a feeder club. I'll tell you what, guys. The evaluation might be too much for us to even bring him in. We'll see. I think whichever player we can sign with our transfer budget of... Yeah, it's going to be close. We would have to pay like just under the 6 mil. I don't know if we're going to have enough. I think we need to let one more player leave in order to make those transfers happen. So let's see what other offers come in, or if we can even have one of these players leave. Wright could get out of the club. We have a lot of center backs as well. Hey, glad to hear the regen videos helped out. Yeah, a lot of people discover the channel through that sort of content. Do want to make some more tutorial stuff this year. It's just like, again, with with not that many changes in manager mode for FIFA 22, I don't want to repeat myself too much compared to last year's tutorials, but I'm sure I can figure something out in terms of like realism, things like that. Maybe swap deal. That's a shout. Let me see if I could replicate this bug for you guys. I found like whenever a player gets a red card or goes out on international duty, let's see if I can replicate this for you guys. So Doyle Hayes, you know, understandably, he's got a red card. He can't feature in the match. So what I'm going to do is swap him with one of these. See, like, why can't I put him in the reserves? So basically, what I'm saying here, if you got a player with a red card, or if they're out on international duty, or potentially if they're injured, you can't change them in the lineup. I think I could go to like play match and then auto swap them, but then you can't even pick the player. So because usually when you go and enter that menu, you can auto swap before that happens, and then you avoid that issue. Oh, but maybe you could do it in the I get what you're saying. Do it in the tactics screen, like the squad menu before you enter the game. I was seeing Boris, the FIFA, like the FUT content creator. There was like one of the goalkeepers he was either playing against or his own goalkeeper had like a red face. Man was going Super Saiyan mode, but yeah, there's a lot of bugs this year. Not gonna lie. Okay, so you have to go to the main menu and change there. Looks like we have a replay for the cup, which, I mean, it's not the worst thing. Let's see, right transfer offer. This is actually good because we were thinking about getting this player out. Let's see if we can get this up to 750. And I'm gonna call it good there. That should give us the funds we need. All right, nice. So we should get about like, I don't know, 600 after the deal is finalized. I was gonna say calendar sim's been working super well. Simming is another thing that's been super annoying to me. It just seems very form based. So if you like lose a match and then you try to sim, your team just, it doesn't perform. Which for the kind of content that I try to make, which is very simulation heavy, it's not the best thing. Maybe I need to make a dedicated video to it because, you know, some of the results that have gone down, like the Newcastle, say Brighton winning the Premier League the season after they gained promotion from the championship. It's nice to see that happen, like, I don't know, once in 100 years or something. You know, maybe 1 in 100 saves. But it just seems to happen way too often. So hopefully that's something that gets figured out, man. I haven't gotten the free kick glitch inside the box or like the penalty kick stuff, but I've seen some Twitter clips about it. All right, transfer deadline day. Let's see if we got these deals finalized. Writes out. That'll bring us up to just over 6 mil. All right, hopefully we got the funds now to make one of these two transfers happen. 6.9 to 7.8, 6.4 to 7.2. Maybe a swap deal as well. Let's see. Let's see what Chelsea has to say about a 6 million offer. And they do accept. Okay, so good to know. What about for Kelly? Can we also pick him up for 6 mil? I think they're going to want 6.5. They also just want 6 mil. So it's really our choice here. A lot of y'all were saying like Kelly would be the more realistic option. I don't know though. Like Empadu, he's out on loan to Venezia. I don't know, man. I feel like he would take a starting role at most clubs, but he probably would want to stay top 5 leagues. Kelly, I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about. Seems to be an up-and-coming English player. Get Ollie McBurney. I love some of the Scottish names, assuming he is Scottish. I'm not trying to jump to conclusions, but sounds like maybe a Scottish or an Irish name. And he is Scottish. There you go. Contract expiring in 6 months. Man, it's a tough call. I think I'm kind of leaning Kelly just because he's left-footed. I think he's going to be a crucial player realistically. Saito Berahino is a shout. What was his potential like Peak potential, I want to say he was like mid 80s at one point when he was over at maybe West Brom. There's a Vietnamese player in the game. Nice, nice. I'm surprised there's just one. I've been getting a lot of like Vietnamese football content in my YouTube suggested. I'm not sure if the guy's from Vietnam. He might be Korean, but he plays in the Vietnamese league. Let's see. A wage of 353. That's not gonna work. Let's remove the bonus. Up that to maybe 20. Leave us with 3 extra bucks. What can we buy? What can we buy with $3? Let's see. Hey, we made the deal happen with a $3 with $3 to spare. We can buy something from like the corner store. Oh man. I've been seeing that happen more and more often lately. Like some of my transfers I've just like completely used up whatever funds I had. 80 potential for Lloyd. Nice. What's going on, Chris and Jack? Welcome on in. Yeah, the football content I'm talking about, he titles his videos so like I played like Heung-min Son in the Vietnamese league, or I played like, I don't know, Ronaldo. Anyways, it's pretty good content. He basically just like sticks a GoPro on his head and features football content. Seems to be a pretty good player. Who's gonna captain the team now? What are you guys saying? Any like long-time Hibs players? Porteous could be a shout. I think he's got the solid player trait. What do these guys do? Yeah, McGinn does. I almost want to say we give McGinn cap. He's the only player with like a solid player trait. If I ever did like a multi-season Hibs career mode, got him into Champions League, I would have to reunite Paul and John. That might be a shout for a video one day. I don't know if like Hibs is too niche of a club to do a rebuild on, but it'd be pretty fun. We lose an extra time in the Scottish Cup. Unfortunate. Will I focus on youth this save? We've got a couple of alright youth academy players. I mean, this Malcolm guy, 64 overall. Pretty decent. But I think the better youth academy prospect that we signed was actually James Milner's regen. He's playing in a CM role for us. If we just work on his, like, honestly, as a box-to-box player, he looks incredible. I think if we like use a box-to-box development plan, just improve that shooting and defending a bit. Seems like an all-arounder. Could be Holy Gang if we get his stats up to the 80s, but then again, I don't know how long we'll be staying at the club. If we get into European competitions, I would maybe be okay with a second season. Usually I do a season for each club in this Journeyman, but a second season would be all right. We also don't have the funds to sign in these players, but I guess we could still look through. Hopefully we don't miss out on too many good talents. All right. I think it's about time we get into some gameplay. What do you guys think? Maybe Rangers home? We've got Celtic also later in the month. I mean, the season is actually approaching its end pretty quickly. Are we in the running at all for the league? Not really. I mean, we have a match in hand, so we could bring that to we have a 7-point differential, assuming we can pick up wins between us and Rangers. We could close that down to 4 if we were to get a dub. So I guess we're still in the running for the league. Check squad hub. Maybe Kelly's value will go up. Who are we talking about? I mean, we're not going to win the league if we keep getting draws. I think we play Rangers, Celtic, and then kind of see what things are like at the end of the season. If we need to play an extra one, then we can. Yeah, let's go and play these ones. Low-key, like, I'm kind of down for a second season because the Scottish League seems to be going a lot quicker. Free agents are broken in FIFA. Yeah, I would agree. Honestly, though, like, the regen system this year, it's kind of fun for rebuilds, but for long-term saves, I would agree with you. Maybe I can find an example. I don't know. Who are some regens that show up early on? Zlatan might have retired. So Zlatan's not in the game. So let's see. Let's see if we can find a good example of this year's regen system and how OP some of these regens are. So a Swedish striker probably playing in Syria. Shouldn't be too many young Swedish strikers. So this is him, showing great potential. It's going to take a while before we get a scouting update. I don't think Zlatan's going to be the best example. Usually if they have a high enough overall, they'll just show up straight away. Messi's still in the game. I'm assuming Ronaldo's still in the game. Oliver, who have I signed? I mean, we're past the January transfer window, so let's see if I can recap all these signings. We brought in Mueller at the beginning of the season because apparently they signed him IRL from Orlando City. Or Inter Miami, Orlando City, one of the two. One of those Florida-based clubs. Hargreaves is Milner's regen. Decided to bring him in. I guess that would be kind of a good example of like how good regens can be. Like a 74 overall is pretty decent for Milner's regen. Who else did we sign? We brought in, I think it's Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth. And yeah, that's about it for signings. I could check Handanovic, yeah. Keepers tend to stay a little bit longer in the game, though. Yeah, he's still going. 38 years old, great veteran, not even retiring at the end of the season. Max Kruse regen, he was 87? That's wild. But that's a good example because, like, how regen, like, the system is supposed to work is, like, the regen's potential should be based on the retired player's potential. So, for Max Kruse, I think his peak rating is like an 83, 84. Any FUT players can probably tell me for sure because he's pretty good fodder. This year he's an 80 overall, but I think last year he was 81. Year before that he was 83. Yes, that's impressive. But I even like Salvatore Sirigu, he's only got an 81 overall. I think his regen from the start for me in the Palermo rebuild was like an 81, 82. So sometimes like their rating at the beginning is even higher than the retired player's peak rating, if that makes sense. But it's also like not very consistent. It's a strange one. It's a strange one for sure. I think that's the big thing for me about like career mode is just give consistency. Like try to make the game as good as it can be, but I think if you want to have like a realistic experience, you need to have consistency. Let's get into this one. We're going to have to rely a lot on subs. Stamina is not in a great shape. Then we'll look for some more regens later on. We've had a mixed record against top clubs in Scotland. Like I think we got a dub against Rangers, and we lost against Celtic. I feel like I've started to figure out legendary difficulty a bit more since the patch. You just have to really hold on to possession and just watch for like, I don't know, those moments from the CPU where they can just pull off all the passes. You also don't want to drag your players out of position too much. Please tell me you're getting to that. Thank you, Kelly. Looked a little bit slow, but we're still in the running here. Yeah, gameplay's just, it seems very heavy right now. What's the next career mode going to be? I don't know how much I want to talk about it on live stream. I think what I was thinking about doing is for the, if you guys don't know, Newcastle's coming to an end in the next episode. I announced that in the last video, regardless of like how results go for us this year. Goal. Nope. Macy pulling off saves again. But yeah, I was thinking about like maybe going over some potential clubs. I want to do Bundesliga for the league next. So I was thinking about like giving you maybe 2 or 3 different clubs at the end of the next Newcastle video. Something y'all can look forward to. I don't know how you all feel about Newcastle, but for me, it's like once I get to that point in the save where I feel like we've completed most of the storylines, I lose a little bit of interest in it. That's part of the reason why I keep the series to usually between 8 and 10 episodes. Like 10's kind of pushing it for me. I think 4 seasons is kind of the sweet spot for career mode saves on YouTube, at least for my channel. So yeah, I guess something you guys can look forward to. Also, this guy's name is Fashion Junior. What a name. Is this stream a new team? This is the second stream we've done with Hibs. Dude, what is... I'm sorry, but some of the dribbling right now is just like... It's not very good. Do Road to Glory with the Sleeping Giant. I was actually thinking about some Schweizer Bundesliga clubs. Hamburg's have been suggested a lot. Schalke would be an obvious shout, given their current situation. I just feel like there's sliders on where we have pace set to 0 or something. What is going on? This is co-op with, I believe, the height and zoom set to like 17 and 3. I'm not sure which one's which. I think zoom is set to 3, height set to 17. Something like that. Basically allows you to see more of the pitch. Dude, we cannot play the ball out of the back right now. This is interesting, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Gameplay feels very weird right now. It just feels like it's in slow motion. Maybe it's because I'm used to having the Newcastle career mode where obviously the players are higher rated, but it just feels kind of off right now. I mean, the fact that Rangers are pressing does not help. That's a red. Okay, yellow card for him. Hey, I appreciate that, Zeke. You know, we'll just take it day by day. Series by series, see what happens here. Yeah, I'll have to look at some of Hamburg's current players. They had a center back with, I think he had a real face scan last year that was pretty popular for Road to Glories. I think he's from the Netherlands. But yeah, he was a solid player. Schalke is an interesting one as well because a lot of their high potential players are actually out on loan for the first season. So assuming you can get promotion with them back to the Bundesliga, you could probably make the argument of like keeping the loanees that return to the club, keeping them on a permanent basis instead of transfer listing them. But then again, it's like I want somewhat of a challenge though. It's a tough one. I think Freiburg would be another interesting story. Union Berlin as well, but they need some work on career mode in terms of their squad. Like I think they've got one player with 80 plus potential. Let's get something going here. Into Nisbet, nice. Can we get there? No. Hargreaves is making the run. Feels a little bit better here in the second half. Like, just feels quicker on the ball. Nice. We're going to get to that. He forgot the ball there. Can we get the finesse off? No. All right. At least we got something going. Nice, good read from Kelly. Let's get back possession. Fashion Jr. with the miss earlier on. That's a goal. Nope. AC to the rescue again. There we go. A little bit of space for Doig. He'll play the through. Stay on side. If Nisbet wasn't so over-eager with his run, we could have scored from that. It's a pen. It's a pen, boys. Let's see if we can bury this. Get the winner against Rangers. We needed that little bit of luck on our side. I think we've been the better team here in the second half. I think it's got to be Nisbet to take it. We're going to go right. Down the middle. Oh, the keeper. Should have gone actually to the right. Has anyone else seen that Castro clip? That's pretty funny. It works better when you actually pull off the pen. What's going on, Slap? We really need that goal. I've actually never done an MLS career mode in Europe. I know it's a somewhat popular concept. Macy's something else, man. Let's make some subs. You know what it could be? It might be stamina issues that's causing the players feel so slow. All right. Let's get this corner kick cleared. Try him on the counter. Do DC in Europe? Yeah, what MLS team would could you make the biggest argument for to be in Europe? I think it would have to be New York Red Bulls personally, because they are kind of a global brand. I've used sliders in the past, Gary. I'm not using sliders right now for FIFA 22. I think with all the patches coming out, it doesn't make sense yet for me to use sliders, but I'm definitely open to it. He's offside. Yeah, MLS would be a lot more fun with CONCACAF Champions League. I could see like a long-term MLS save if that was in the game. Because like season 1, season 2, you could try to become the best club in MLS and then afterwards try to really take over the Americas. I can feel a goal coming here. I don't know how they keep missing, man. What's up, Shadow? Welcome on in. Might have something here. It's a late substitute. Far post cross. Gets blocked. Still with it. Nisbet. Oh, he's off. Ref, how are you going to call that like 3 seconds later? Sporting KC. Actually, like a Sporting KC in, I don't know, Portugal or something. With the Sporting links. Oh, we're trying to rush it too much. 2 minutes of added extra time. Maybe be able to get one more tack in. We really got to go, though. Yeah, the ref not having it. I mean, a draw against Rangers, that's not a bad result, but a missed pen. Ooh, Inter Miami in La Liga. I like that. That'd be something a little bit different as well. Yeah, Rangers definitely had the advantage in terms of shots. Finesses aren't that broken. IMO, Samuel. If you agree in time, they're still pretty good, but yeah, they're definitely not as good as they were at the start. I don't even know what like the current meta is. Low drivens were a while ago. I kind of stopped playing FUT, if I'm being honest. Just a little bit too much of a time sink for me. Gameplay was on default. Yeah, I think gameplay legendary difficulty is pretty good for the lower leagues. Like, I don't know. I've been doing some other career modes behind the scenes, like for recordings, and generally speaking, like if the players aren't super high rated, like maybe mid 70s, legendary feels really good. It's when you get into like the later stages of a prem career mode where you're matching up against players in the upper 80s, lower 90s. That's when things start to get a little ridiculous. But honestly, like I've really enjoyed, like if I was starting a career mode, I would be doing like Road to Glories right now, just because it works a lot better with the current state of FIFA 22 and patches. New England revs into England. I like it. I like that as well. I usually stream about 2 hours, Jojo. We're closing in on an hour for today's stream, so about another hour or so, or at least until the end of the season. I don't know if we're going to be able to challenge for the title anymore, but we'll still play against Rangers, or sorry, Celtic. Yeah, we were on LaCroix. I don't know how you pronounce his name. It's LaCroix. When I see the name, I always think of the beverage here in the States. I don't know if you have LaCroix, like the seltzer water. Man, the offers for Nisbet, they keep on going up and up. But yeah, we knew about him when we had the Wolfsburg career mode last year. And I think his rating was like upper 60s, lower 70s back then, but everyone was saying like he's such a good defender. I don't know what we got him up to in terms of rating for that save. Wolfsburg was like, it was probably one of my favorite career modes last year, actually. I think that has something to do with like me being German and having like a tie to the Bundesliga, but just like the storylines we were able to make. Julian Draxler, one of my favorite players in FIFA. The fact we were able to sign him, and just like, I don't know, some of the player ratings were pretty incredible. I think we got Castells to a 97. I've seen Wolfsburg have done pretty well since appointing their new coach, so good to see that for them. Maybe still be able to make some progress in Champions League. I don't think they're out of it yet. But anyways, we'll play here against Celtic. How's their team looking? I don't recognize a lot of their players. Turnbull, but that's about it. No Joe Hart. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Celtics players have gone. But yeah, probably the last match we'll play in this season. Then we'll figure out what to do. Whether we get some good job offers or we do a second season with Hibs. Really depends what offers come in. Let's see. We've so far we've done MLS, we've done Denmark, and we've done Scotland. So that still leaves some pretty good non-top 5 leagues to cover. What a goal to start things off. Macy's been quite good for us, but I mean, that's a disappointing one to let in. Let's see if this was a good shot or whether this should have been saved. I think that's one he should be saving. Probably a better look at the replay here. He got fingertips to it. Not enough to keep it out of the net, though. That's how it be sometimes. Some pretty good play to start. We're trying to find Nisbet. He's offside. Yeah, I think we're all right for the kits. They're not too similar. Good win from Hargreaves. He's been a good player. Honestly, probably going to be a beast. Give it a couple of seasons. Let's just try to slow down the play. I think that's kind of been the problem in today's stream. Trying to play too quickly out of the back. We need to be a little bit more possession based. Okay, it's going to be one of those games where the keeper just can't make saves. It's frustrating. It seems to happen a lot of the time when you're playing those top teams. And then you can play someone like mid-table. Keeper pulls off some incredible saves. You win like 4-0. But in the matches you really want to win, doesn't exactly work that way. Macy was on loan at Argyle. Watched him week in, week out. Didn't have the best spells. Good to see he's found a starting spot. Also nice. Yeah. I don't know how he plays for Hibs IRL, but he's been really good for a like an upper 60s, lower 70s rated keeper. He's been fairly consistent. I don't know if this is the best example of how he's played, but he pulls off some good saves. I was about to say, if that's a third, I might just jump to result, guys. Celtic is playing super well right now. Just don't have any supporting runs. I'll play him. Good job, Nisbet. Finally, some good build-up play. Have I tried Angel Gomez this year? I have not, actually. I used him towards the end of FIFA 21 with the Nottingham Forest rebuild. And he was a good player. Okay, so we're still in this. Still a lot of time left to play. I have done career modes with the Dutch club. I did Ajax last year. No Eredivisie career modes in FIFA 22 yet, though. Good save, Macy. There we go. It's more like it. That might have been a pen. Thought it was going to be given. I mean, that might work out. For a second there. Looked like Hargreaves was going to lock onto it. Let's win that. Yeah, I did see Ajax have advanced to the round of 16. Pretty good news for them. Probably the earliest they've gotten to that stage of the competition. I mean, back when they reached, what was it, the semifinals? And they got out of group with Real Madrid. That's pretty solid as well. Passing just needs to be better there. Will there be an FC Köln Kruma this year? That's a good shout. Definitely a club of interest in Bundesliga. I'll tell you what, guys. At the end of today's stream, we'll obviously either make the decision to do a second season with Hibs or take on a new job. And we'll also look through some Bundesliga options because I want to consider which clubs to mention at the end of the Newcastle series. I think that's how I want to do it. Something for y'all to look forward to and leave your input in the comment section. Köln definitely are a club that I know well. I wish Lucas Podolski was a bit higher rated, but I don't know how much we'll be able to create that storyline. Unless we make Podolski the manager. Again, good build to play. I thought we might be able to pull out a draw from this one. Still 30 minutes left, but it's looking like it's going to be a Celtic win. Were they the first Bundesliga champion? That's a fun fact. Back in the 60s? I think Stuttgart would also be a really good shout with their focus on Kevin Nisbet. Is something else, man. He does it himself. Just an all-around striker. But yeah, I think Stuttgart would be another really good shout with their focus on youth academy. They've got some high potential players to begin with as well. All right, let's keep pressing here. We might be able to get a win. Let's get there. Got a pass in the middle. Oh, that's not who I wanted to log on to. You guys saw the run on the right. You guys saw the run on the right. What's going on, Tamim? Let's make some subs as well. Let's go with Celtic substitutions. Just the one change, I think. Jokic can come in at left center defensive mid and see if we can pull out a point from this match. Dude, some of these goals. Who is Nisbet? Seems like a solid at 9. He is one of the top strikers in the Scottish League, actually. I don't know if he was the leading goal scorer, but he was up there. There was some interest in top 5 leagues in Europe for him. But yeah, I'll show his stats here in a second. But he's a very balanced striker. Honestly, might sign him for one of my crew modes this year. I don't know if he played for Scotland in the Euros. It's a good question. I don't think he did. Because they would have had... who was their starting striker at the Euros? It was Shea Adams, probably. Yeah, Nisbet and Porteous have been probably my favorite players in this episode of the Journeyman. I don't know, we pulled off some good results. This wasn't the best one. Actually, Macy's been a really good keeper. This wasn't his best game, but yeah, I'll showcase the squad here for you guys. Probably the last match that we'll play. We'll see how the league results go and make a decision. Yeah, Nisbet probably in the running for top goal scorers in the league. He's up to a 75 overall, starting to attract interest from other clubs in Europe. Okay, so he came on as a sub for a few games. Nice. He deserves it. Okay, so no sign of Nisbet here. He's 10th in the league right now. Mackay actually has more goals, probably from the simulations. But yeah, let's finish out this last bit of simming. Do we have some budget now? No, we still have $3 to our name. Nice. We'll see what offers come in, Nicholas. I'd be down for a second season. But I think if we get some good offers, I'd I'd be open to leaving. Again, we get some pretty decent results in the league, man. We don't lose a lot of matches. Finishing third. Do we still have anything left here? Okay, so this is where it splits. How much of the league is left then? 'Cause I don't think we'll be in the running for the league title, unfortunately. Yeah, so honestly, not that many matches left. The budget is it's pretty much depleted, yeah. We spent the rest of our funds on that center back signing. Still in the green, yeah. I mean, yeah, it really doesn't matter how much of your budget you have left. So let's see. Yeah, we've pretty much secured third. Unless Hearts see a comeback here. That win against Celtic on the sim, though. We do finish third. All right. We pretty much met most of our board objectives here. High finish, we can... Well, we don't have the funds to sign 3 players, unfortunately. But... pretty good stuff outside the Scottish Cup. We have clinched a European competition, apparently. What does third place get you? Is that Europa League? European Conference League? I'm going to guess it's European Conference League. Let's see what job offers come in. I mean, we get the Celtic job. The Netherlands. Any good ones from the Netherlands? Zet could be good. Let's see. PSV. We basically get all the offers from the Eredivisie. I don't know. Would you guys want to see an Eredivisie crew mode? If we do, it would probably be PSV. PSV and Feyenoord. I'm not too keen on another Ajax save right now. Who finished second? Yo, hold on. If Ajax are second in the Eredivisie, who's first? Vitesse? How's Vitesse first? That's a huge surprise. Need something better than the Dutch league. It's kind of what I'm thinking as well. I almost feel like we're ready for the jump to top 5 leagues. Portugal could be interesting. We should stay here in Scotland. What do you guys think? I don't know. European competitions could be fun. We would definitely have the budget to make some better signings. We just haven't gotten any like top 5 league offers yet. Championship. I think the interesting one for championship would be... I think West Brom could be an interesting storyline. QPR as well. Nottingham Forest. Brentford. Ooh, Brentford's a shout. If they had their stadium in FIFA 22, I would probably do that for a save. They still have Tony. They still have Onyeka. Ayer's still there. Brighton as well. Norwich. Not a bad shout. Let me go ahead and make a save file just in case. I started in MLS with the Seattle Sounders. Championship could be good. It's a lot of matches to play, though. You have to keep that in mind for championship career modes. I kind of think it would be fun to get appointed at like a Prem club where they're like towards the bottom end of the table. Someone like Crystal Palace, honestly, would be pretty fun. Even Watford, if they still had some of their top players. Sarr still there. Ben Foster between the sticks. Let's see if we get a Bundesliga offer. I'm kind of keen to start up a Bundesliga or Journeyman. Maybe Zweiter Bundesliga. Or even Spain might be interesting. Seems like the job offers have come up dry. Let's see. Has Jude Bellingham's brother been added? I don't think so. He just hit his 16th birthday, right? Saint-Etienne. Saint-Etienne's an interesting one. I've been kind of keen on doing like a Marseille save again. We actually get the PSG offer. That's jokes, man. Did Metz get a rebrand? I feel like their club badge is different. How do you guys feel about France? I don't know, like, for some reason, France is kind of calling out to me. Someone like Nice, I think, would be a fun save. Marseille would be fun for me. The Real Stadium's nice. And Saint-Etienne as well. What do you guys think? Should we wait for some more job offers? I've never done a Nice career mode. Yeah, someone like Nice or Lille would be fun. Let's take a look at this Nice squad real quick. Benitez, Malo, Todibo, Bremer, Bard, Stang, Calvin Stangs, yeah. Lamina, Kasper Dolberg. We would be looking at, I believe, Europa League for next season because they finished 5th, which I'm all right with. Let's take a look at the Nice squad. I think I'm leaning towards them right now. I'm sure we could research some realistic transfers. Saint-Etienne have good young players. Yeah, that's kind of why I was thinking them as well. Aushish is a gem in career mode. Let's see. Okay, so Dolberg at striker, 83 overall. It's solid. They've got Sander Berge. I like that for a transfer. Lamina, I remember him. I believe he played for Southampton for a while. There's a really good center defensive mid, and it's this guy, Thuram. I was very keen on signing him for Newcastle. I never made the transfer. But he looks really good in game. Calvin Stangs, we know him. Defensively, Bard is actually one of the higher potential French left backs. Todibo's a good center back. Don't know really about any of their other guys. And keeper-wise, Benitez, I think, is pretty solid. Let's take a look at some of the other clubs in France. Maybe do some research on Lille. Jonathan Ooh, this partnership is kind of sweet though. Jonathan David and Wilfried Zaha. Angel Gomez, Kone, Onana. Decent midfield. Sven Bultmann, another former Eredivisie player. Grimaldo, okay, I like that for a transfer. Konza from Aston Villa. Yeah, I still think I prefer Nice to them. The legend that is Augustine. Anyone that I'm really missing here? Who else? We were going to look at Saint-Etienne. Ooh, Stade Rennais is a good shout. They've got Doku, right? Yeah, I don't know about Saint-Etienne. We're going to look at Stade Rennais. Yeah, they've got Doku at an 84. A lot of strikers. They have Niang. I don't know what his rating is these days. Jordan Larson's a decent transfer. Ooh, Sulemana as well. That would kind of tie in with the storyline we had at the start. Because we actually were at this guy's former club in Denmark. They've signed Dodo. It's a good transfer. Victor Gomez, another pretty solid player. Malong Sarr. Fabian Schär. That's not a bad shout at Stade Rennais. They've tied in with more of our storylines this year. I think Nice have the better players. But the storylines are kind of there for Stade Rennais. Let's see where they finish in the league, and I think we make a decision between those two. I think European competitions will kind of decide it. So Stade Rennais, they finished 6th. I don't know if 6 gets you much in France. Maybe Europa Conference League. Whereas I think 5th gets you Europa League, no? Let's see. European qualification in Liga. I know top 3 gets you Champions League. So 5th place in Liga will automatically qualify for Europa League if the Coupe de France winner has already qualified for Champions League via the league. Hopefully PSG won that. Or the Coupe de France winner also finishes 4th in the league. So if top 4 or even top 5 wins the Coupe de France, then they automatically get the spot. I don't think we can check to see who won the Coupe de France. That's the problem. Because we can't see it in other competitions and things like that. What do you guys think? Should we do a quick poll between... I think it's between Nice and Stade Rennais. Both have some good players. Again, we'll recap the players at the club, so that way you guys can be informed on your decision in the poll. We'll start with Stade Rennais. So I guess the main players, Doku, he's going to have an amazing overall potential. Girassi, I think, has a decent... He might have a game face in FIFA 22. Jordan Larson's pretty good. Is that Henrik Larsson's son? If so, man, they've got some good storylines if that's the case. Anyways, yeah, Nordsjælland is Suleiman's actually ex-club, which was our second team in the Journeyman. So we got some storylines going on there. Midfield-wise, they need some upgrades, in my opinion. Like, I know Mangala's decent, but they really need some more players. So that would be a big area for focus. Defensively, they actually look quite solid at right back. Sarr's a pretty good player from what I remember. Scherer probably hasn't dropped too much in his rating. And we'll take a look at Nice as well. They've got Kasper Dolberg, Sanderberge, Lamina's a decent player, Morgan Schneiderlin, another former Southampton player, Thuram's good, Calvin Stangs, Bard. Yeah, a little bit more balanced. All right, let's make a poll. I'm good with either team. I'll let you guys decide. I think both of them would be pretty fun. Again, Nice gets you European qualification. Or at least Europa League. I think Stade Rennais would still qualify for the Europa Conference League. I don't know where they finished. They finished 6th, so I think, yeah, they would be Europa Conference League, which is still fun. I mean, as long as we're in a European competition, I'm fine with it. So, down with either. Looks like Stade Rennais is actually getting a good amount of votes. Bit surprised by that. You know, I agree with you in that Nice has the better squad, but we don't necessarily need to join the better team. It's all about the progress here with his Journeyman. I don't want to jump too far ahead, right? Andre Onana is not on FIFA 22 right now, not with this current squad file. All right, Nice seem to have lost the vote, so it's going to be Stade Rennais. Let's go ahead and apply for this job and see what like formation they're using, all that sort of stuff. Skip like 2 days ahead. And use player terminate contracts. That's fine. Ooh, we get hit with this again. So this has happened to me a couple of times. I don't know why they even show up in the job offers when you're not going to get the role. Can we not make the jump up to top 5 leagues? Like, we're fine for our manager rating. It's such a tease. Like, it gets you all optimistic to take on the squad, and it doesn't work out. Let me see if I get France again here for the job offers. I want to go to Stade Rennais. Like, that'd be sick. Here we go. So let me try. I don't know why it would work, but let me try going for Nice. And if for whatever reason they actually let us join, that'd be something else. Yeah. They're not having it either. It looks like we're going to be staying. We could just go ahead and get it fired and see what job offers come in. I think I might just do it on my own time, guys. If I can't get job offers, then I'll just go ahead and get fired. Maybe I'll just leave it as a surprise. But it's good to know that you guys are interested in France at least. We'll kind of see what happens. But yeah, it's one of those things that might just take a little bit of time off stream. Is there any way that I could change it? Like, not that I know of. I don't have the funds to sign up any Youth Academy players. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one for sure. Maybe we just try other leagues. I'm just like not keen on. I want to make the jump up to top 5 leagues, or at least like the second division of the top 5 leagues. So I'd be okay with like a Zweiter Bundesliga or even La Liga Santander. Ooh, some of these are interesting. I was waiting on Bundesliga. Okay, let's hypothetically speak about Bundesliga. I want to keep in mind like the next career mode I do is in the Bundesliga, so maybe I shouldn't do the next Journeyman year in case there's an overlap. But there are some good ones. If I wasn't considering Schalke for my next career mode, I would probably take this in a heartbeat. Yeah, I would like Wolfsburg for career mode too if I hadn't done one last year. League One didn't want the smoke, yeah. We're just too good for League One, apparently. I'm going to wait on Bundesliga, guys, just because the next career mode is going to be there. I don't want there to be too much confusion. I hear you. There's some good shouts in Bundesliga. I hear you. Let me load up that save real quick. So this is why I have that backup save, just in case. Let's try this again. So it doesn't look like we could try Serie A. Serie A could be interesting, actually. I mean, Venezia's gonna see. Well, there's no relegation system in FIFA 22 for Serie A. That's the disappointing thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. Getting rejected from that Ligue 1 job offer kind of threw a wrench in our plans. Maybe we try for like yeah, if we got La Liga, that'd be sick, or even the second division in Spain, because surely like they would take us on for a job, gain promotion with that club. I'd be down for that. But we're just not getting the good job offers now. Oh, hello. Was that a manager offer from Reading? I don't really know that much about Reading, to be honest. But surely they're in the championship. We can see where they finished here. They finished 7th. Are there any like interest? I think maybe we try Saint Etienne. Let's actually submit the offer for Saint Etienne. Maybe they'll take us on. If they reject us, then we'll just have to give up on France. So we could go to France. It's just we can't take the jump up to Europe yet. Man, what do you guys think? Would you be interested in Saint Etienne? It's another green team. That's an interesting one. That's what I mean. Like, the Saint Etienne storyline's decent. They still have Alshish, who's probably their best player. Borja Mayoral, I think he's got decent potential. Ezekiel Pons, I remember this name in career mode. Leon Jose, they've got a decent squad, low key. Kolo Zijak. I think we take on the Saint-Étienne job. We got something to prove in France, man. And maybe if we really want to, we could jump around in France a bit. Maybe go to Stade Rennais later. But I'm going to take this job on. I feel like Ligue 1's the right move for me right now. I want to do Bundesliga, but that's going to be the next career mode save, so I don't want to confuse anybody. Hey, at least we don't need to change our manager outfit. Keep that olive green suit jacket. We can bring players back, don't worry, guys. We should have a good budget to work with. So let's see where they finished in the league. They finished 9th, which honestly is decent. A lot better than they're performing IRL. Rocking a 3 at the back formation, which I don't know about this. Maybe we'll use it, maybe not. It's a decent squad. It's a decent squad for sure. Yeah, that's what I mean. Ezekiel Pons has got a decent rating. 78. We've got some good players on the bench. Borja Mayoral as well, 2026. So yeah, this team's going to be even better. This guy looks like he has a pretty decent potential. They've signed some English players. Yeah, we'll move around the team a bit. I mean, we've got strikers to choose from, honestly. Might let some of those players go. Maybe bring back some former talents at the club, like Khazri. Let's see where he's at. So Khazri's over at Augsburg. He's a striker, so I don't know if we need to bring him back. Who are some good, like, former players of Saint-Étienne? Let's do some quick research. Let's look at the top youth academy players at the club. Let's see. History. Youth academy. No restrictions. And let's see. Yo, Kurt Zuma used to play there? That's sick. Saint-Maximin as well. Let's see. Wesley Fofana, Kurt Zuma, Alan Saint-Maximin, Jonathan Bamba. They've got a stacked youth academy, man. Saliba, Gulam, Gilavogi from Wolfsburg. Gomis. Yeah, they've got a pretty good youth academy. Aubameyang? What, did Aubameyang actually play there? Was that like early on in his career? Because that could actually be a shout, like signing him in this 3 seasons in. I always have trouble spelling Aubameyang. That'd be kind of a sick transfer. If he hasn't retired. Let's see. So yeah, he wasn't part of their youth academy, but he played there for a few years. A couple of loan spells. "33 years old at Leicester." I mean, he's still pretty pacey. Not as pacey as he used to be. 76 acceleration. I would probably use him as a winger instead of a striker, to be honest. But still, 4-star, 4-star. Could be a really interesting transfer. But yeah, then we can look at other players like Gendozi that are kind of featuring more often. Over at Arsenal. Any other players we should potentially shortlist for the next stream? Alshisha Cam, yeah, that's a shout. It's a shout. Talvon back to France. Yeah, he's 30 years old. Still at Tigres. Yeah, we could sign some more players from Algeria. Anyone else, guys? Right now we have Guendouzi, Aubameyang, and Talvon, Unas, Origi, Soleil. Ooh, Soleil's a shout from Salzburg. Umar Soleil. Yeah, I would like that transfer a lot. So I think he has a real face scan as well. Yeah, he does. Yeah, really good player. Payet used to play for Saint Etienne. I think he's going to be a little bit too on in age. Might be retiring though. Nope. Two starts a good shout. Yeah, I think signing some like ex-Ligue 1 players. Origi could be a really good signing for like as a kind of an inside forward. If that makes sense. Bamba might be a little too high rated. But I'll shortlist him. He's at Barcelona. Interesting. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good start, guys. Let me figure out our tentative squad. I'm willing to try out this formation just to see how things go. It's just kind of a weird tactic. I've never used almost like a front five. 3-4-2-1. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems a little bit too compact up here, but maybe with some quick passing play. There's definitely some good players here. Like, striker-wise, we've got options. We could convert Alshish to a cam, play him as this inside forward. Ooh, Lacroix. Should we do it? We might even have the funds. Yeah, he used to play here, didn't he? Makes sense, Lacroix. Yeah, that would be quite the transfer. But then I guess the shout is like, which players should we play at striker? I think Mayoral can be our striker. Alshish here on the left. Ideally, we have a left-footed player here on the right. And I don't know if we have a left-footed striker in this team. But then again, like Villian Jose, I like his stats. I like his stats a lot. Tolisso as well, yeah. Really any French players that's not featuring too often for their current club. He's only 28. He's over at Arsenal now. The budget's going to go up when we get into a new season. We just accepted the job. I guess we can take a look and see like what the budget's looking like. Yeah, let's advance to the new season and just take a look and see like what the budget's looking like, and then we can make a decision later. Unfortunately, we'll have a scouting report back on most of those players, so that's good. But yeah, the transfers will happen in the next stream, guys. Let's just take a look and see what the budget's looking like. I'll probably move some things around off stream. But Soleil is definitely a shout. LaCroix, I don't know. I'll take a look at it. Let's edit the club. Of course, we got to rename the stadium. They play at the Jeffrey Stadium. Joffrey. I think I spelled that right. It's actually Stade Geoffrey Gouchard. I don't know if we have enough space for that. Let's see. We do. Okay. Stade Geoffrey Gouchard. Okay, fair enough. And take a look at their seats. Looks like I'm thinking green seats for this one. Maybe a slightly lighter green. I think Kelly might be too bright. What do you guys think for seat colors here? I think green would be all right. So yeah, seat color's looking good. Stadium color. Probably just on default, no? I think that's looking pretty good, guys. So budget-wise, we are going to have 28, realistically about 30 mil. So yeah, transfers shouldn't be a problem. Some good shortlisted players. LaCroix might be a little bit too expensive, but Soleil is someone that we could bring in for a relatively cheap price. Same thing with Talvon, some of these other players. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Be streaming again next Friday with this 4th season of the Journeyman. Appreciate y'all tuning in today. Shout out some of you in the chat. We got Costa, we got Nicholas, Dean, Marcus, Angaro, Titch, Ferno, Logan. Appreciate y'all being here today. But yeah, hope you have a good weekend, rest of your Friday. And I'm going to be calling it there. I'll catch you in the next one.